Hi everybody, I'm Flavia Del Monte from FlaviLiciousFitness.com, and I'm here with the lovely chef Amy Stoddart from Satiate.com. And Amy and I have teamed up to bring you guys fast, easy, and super healthy meals so that you can learn how to make your family and yourself really healthy meals that's gonna take very little time and is gonna keep you super lean all year round. So Amy, what do you have for us today?
Today we have some more awesome recipes. We're going to be doing a nice teriyaki salmon from scratch, so meaning we're going to make the marinade ourselves, which is really great. And we're going to do two different salad dressings for a really nice slaw that we're going to be making, a really healthy cabbage slaw with lots of extra veggies in there. And then the salad dressings, we're going to do one with sesame, carrot, ginger, and then another one that's going to be fat-free using mango.
Great, sounds great. So Amy's basically going to be teaching me how to make these meals, and I'm really excited. We don't use any processed foods, no sugar. Everything's made from scratch, all natural and healthy ingredients.
Yeah,
so
really good stuff. So
it's going to be great.
And easy, that's the most important part. So we'll dive in. We're going to start with, it's like a soy sauce base, but this is Bragg's. This is a brand that I always recommend. The label looks so funny. It looks so cheesy, but it's actually really good because it's gluten-free. There's GMO, so GMO is really important to avoid. That's genetically modified ingredients, and soy is one of the big ones that's often genetically modified. So we want to look for non-GMO products. We'll start with, what do we have here? We have a 1/4 cup. We'll just pour that into our bowl. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 tablespoons of honey, and then what we'll do is we're using a little bit of mirin. So mirin is a Japanese cooking wine, and if you wanted to, if you couldn't find mirin because you find it at a specialty store, Japanese store, or if there's like a Chinatown near you, you can substitute with rice wine vinegar, or just some regular sherry if you have on hand, like alcohol sherry. So we're just going to add 2 tablespoons. And the next thing we're going to add is some garlic. 1 clove of garlic minced, so finely chopped, equals a 1/2 teaspoon. So 3 to 4 1/2 teaspoons. And then we're going to do the same with ginger, but we might kick up the ginger a little bit. So to grate it, all you want to do is we just have like a little cheese grater and just like that. And
Perfect.
It's gonna come out. So we'll go for like a nice big mound. Yeah, we'll throw all of that in there. That looks really good. That is it. It's so easy as long as you remember 2 parts soy, 1 part honey, and 1 part basically like a cooking wine. I have some nice organic salmon here. I have a Ziploc bag too that we're gonna pour the marinade into the Ziploc bag, and we're just gonna put our salmon in there, mix it all around, and then we're just gonna leave it on the counter for about 20 minutes. We'll just pour this marinade in the bag, just like that. And then I'll grab the fish fillets, and we'll just plunk these guys right in there. So all we're gonna do is turn it then upside down, and it's just gonna sit in the marinade, kind of squeeze. Yeah, you did a great job squeezing all the air out. Now we're gonna add a few other ingredients a little bit later, so we'll get those ready. We're just gonna use some nice green onions. We're just gonna use the green part for this, because we're just going to use the green onions as a garnish, just like that. I've got some nice sesame seeds here that I've just lightly toasted. We're going to make a crust out of the sesame seeds onto our salmon when we're ready to cook it. And then I have some that are really fun, which are black sesame seeds, and I got these at just a health food store actually. I like these because they just add some really nice color contrast. It's kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, makes it kind of interesting. So we're doing a carrot ginger salad dressing, and then we're also doing a mango salad dressing. Our carrot ginger one is really neat because we're actually going to cook the carrots a little bit. I have some nice organic carrots here, which we're going to peel. We have a few extra because we're going to be using some carrots in the actual slaw, so we may as well peel them all right now. We're going to be grating our carrots after we peel them, and we're lucky because we just are going to throw ours in the food processor to do that. I have a grating attachment for that, and so it's going to make it really fast. Sweet. And then I'm just going to top and tail these basically, so I'm just going to cut off the tops and the bottom. Stick them in there. And we'll keep this on and just press down. So we have our carrots ready. All we're gonna do is measure out a 1/4 cup of sesame oil and a 1/4 cup of canola oil. We're just gonna add that to the pan. And then we're gonna measure out 2 cups our grated carrots. So really simple. So we just wanna keep this not too high of a temperature. We just wanna soften those carrots a bit. So we have some just pure orange juice. We're gonna measure out a cup of orange juice. We're gonna add this in a little bit to our carrots. And in the meantime, we're gonna get some ginger for this recipe. And I'm just gonna check on our carrots, which are cooking nicely. Gather that up, and then we're gonna add it to our carrots that are cooking away.
Sure.
Perfect. Okay, I'll stir that up. We're gonna add the orange juice. Pour it right in.
We're ready?
Yep.
And why do we wait to pour it in?
Because we want to just soften up the carrots a little bit first in the sesame oil. Basically, we're just adding enough liquid to not quite cover the carrots. So we're just going to cover it, and we're going to heat those carrots. We're just going to cook them out for about maybe 10 minutes, just till they really, really soften up and we can just blend them all together. So I've got some mangoes here. I'm going to go in here and in here. The pit is kind of on either side, so you just want to cut down through there and cut down through there. And then there's a little bit, you kind of cut around the pit carefully, just like that.
Perfect.
Yep, and just chop it up in any which way, because basically what we're going to do is we're going to put it into the blender. And then the next thing our recipe calls for is the juices of 3 oranges. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to add some zest as well, I think. And we're going to also do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. These are nice big oranges, juicy ones. They look great. Pour that all right in here.
Wonderful.
Okay, cool. So we're going to add a little bit of raspberry vinegar. We're going to add about 3 tablespoons. Perfect. And we also we juiced 1 orange, and we need the juice of what would be 2 more oranges. So we'll start with about try 2/3 of a cup. Good, and we can always add more later, but we'll start with that. Right? Yep, pour it right in. I'm just stirring up our carrots. And now we're going to add a little bit of fruit juice. The key thing that you're looking for if you're getting some fruit juice is no sugar added. So we're going to add about 1/3 of a cup. So really not very much at all.
No.
We're going to spice it up a little bit. So I have some ground cloves and then a pinch of cayenne.
Sure.
And I just added a little bit of cracked pepper. And we'll add just a bit of a pinch of sea salt. Oh, we're going to add a little bit of ginger to this. Okay, good, perfect. Alrighty, so we'll take this over to the blender. And now is where we'll add a little bit of cilantro. Okay, I'll chop up our parsley. Perfect, and I just sprinkled some of our green onions in there too.
That's good.
Okay, so this is good. Our carrots still have like a little bit of crunch, but that's okay. We're just pureeing it to a total liquid.
Okay.
Great. We haven't added any salt, so we're gonna add the salt now. It takes about a 1/2 teaspoon. So we can add just a little bit of water, a bit at a time. Isn't that yummy? So now what we're gonna do to that one is we're just gonna make what we call an ice bath, and we do that when we want to cool something down really quickly. Pour that in here. And then all I do is add a little bit of water. So just enough water that we can nestle this bowl in without it the water coming over the edges. It's nice and thick. I like the dressing thick. You can always thin it out a bit more.
Look at that color.
Yeah, it's so nice, isn't it? We're going to get our salmon going. All we're going to do is take some of these colorful sesame seeds and just sprinkle right over top. And you could even do this. You could even kind of put it to the side and make sure you pick up all the extra ones. So we're going to watch them quite closely. Let's set the timer for about 10 minutes. Great shortcut here. At the grocery store, you can get a pre-made slaw mix. And so I use that all the time. I mean, that's a really easy thing to do. But we're just going to, for fun, we're going to slice up some cabbage. So, and you're just slicing really fine, nice, thin. And then we just kind of fluff that in. I had some leftover kale. We'll take the leaves off the stems, and then we're just going to finely slice, like we do the herbs. We're just going to bunch it up and slice it. So we have, these are nice and toasted. So we started them on broil, and now our sesame seeds are nice and golden. So I'm going to move them down a level, and we're going to finish them by baking them for about 5. So for our beets, we're just going to use our food processor again, because otherwise we'd have to grate it by hand, which is no big deal, but then we end up with really purpley hands.
Yeah.
So great. I'll just cut this in half for you. And then
we're gonna shred it.
Yeah, and use your paper towel. Take it over to the food processor. Perfect. So we'll add some of that to our slaw. You can add however much we want. So this is, oh yeah, they're done. And so it's normal to have a little bit of, when you make this, a little bit of burning here, because it was just a very fine layer of the marinade. So the honey in there is gonna, with the time that it's in the oven and the broiling, it's gonna burn. But you see that we have nice, our salmon doesn't burn at all, so it's good. Yeah. What I wanna do here is just basically take, actually I might just use a butter knife. The skin, I just want to leave that skin behind. So it should come off, and if it doesn't really matter, because you don't have to eat it on your plate, but it's so nice if you can get it just off the skin here. We will add our beautifully sliced, a little scattering of those on top, green onions. So we have our nice teriyaki salmon made from scratch, and our beautiful vegetable cabbage slaw. We're going to dress them on our plates. That way you can keep the slaw for a longer amount of time, because you have lots here and you can just kind of pull from it and put different dressings on it, which is nice. So having a few different dressings on hand, making those at one time, and then having those on hand in your fridge is a really great way to pull together meals really fast. Going in
for the mango.
Oh, nice. I'm going into the salmon, which is, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. It's nicely cooked.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Amy.
Hey, my pleasure. It's so fun to cook together.
I know.
It's great.
Another amazing recipe, set of recipes. And
so it's good.
Yeah, make sure that you check Amy out at satiate.com. And if you want any fitness advice, go to flavolicious.com. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye.